I think he's just listening. So I just want you to know, I see you.
I'm here.
I'm happy you're here.
Had to take care of something.
That's okay.
I was
That's
going to
okay.
listen while I was doing that.
You're not lost? Yeah, sometimes I'm in my own house and I still look lost. That's just how it is. All right. Hey, Santana D.
Hi, Santana D.
Hey, Santana.
So I was waiting for you. No,
Thank
Oh,
you.
and it's 11:11 as you.
it's a
enter the
perfect
room.
timing. Angelic.
You know, I would love to say I planned that. But
Why would you
actually,
plan it?
Cynthia planned it for me.
Dude, when you're magic, it just happens. It just happens. So, okay, welcome to Chill and Chat Friday. I'm Cynthia Varkevisser, and we're going to talk about everything intuition. I want to talk about channeling specifically, but because this is kind of like, one of those things where I throw out a topic, but the topic doesn't really matter. We can go anywhere with it. So before I start talking about channeling, does anybody have any questions about something that's been going on in their life that they'd like some help with? Oh, look at that. It's got quiet. It got really
I'm thinking.
You're thinking. All right. So let's go on this topic. And then from there, we'll go to channeling. So the topic, not this topic, but let's follow the thread. Let's take a look at your week, or maybe go back to a month if you're a little bit blurry on the week, and see if there's a running theme. The running theme of what grinds your gears. Just so you know, that's a Peter Griffin thing. You know what grinds my gears?
Yeah.
Is grind your gears something bad, like irritating, or is what grind your gears like keeps you moving?
No, grind your gears as in it's irritating. Grind your gears.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Or Troop Beverly Hills, what frosts my cookies.
I was like, do you not drive clutch, Leah?
I do. I've never heard that term, grind your gears.
Right. So when you drive clutch and it's smooth, you're
Yes.
all good. It's first to second, second to third.
Yeah.
But if you're grinding your gears, you can't find that second gear.
That also means that you do not watch Family Guy, which, I totally respect you. All right. So as we're talking, is there any theme that's been coming up? So I'll give you an example. Mine has to do with money. So everywhere there's a money thing, it feels like there's everything comes a little bit choppy, right? The thoughts are choppy. Every time I'm about to work on my money, my invoicing, something else comes up. Whenever I talk about money or I'm ready to pay a bill, something comes up. It's the strangest thing, and it's been going on for this whole week. So I know that I have an issue right now with money, but it's not just money. It's actually about worth. And it's really about sitting down and seeing what's going on with my worth. Is it all of a sudden I'm leveling up and I need to say goodbye to people who are no longer serving me because, oh my God, look at this was like holy
And then your blouse falls off.
I don't even want to tell you where that came from. That tickled all kinds of places. That just wasn't right. Sorry, Spencer.
She's not sorry.
So back to money. I don't know if we were working symbology, I would like, what the hell was that all about? So again, but wait. So we were talking about money, and then what happened? This started bothering me. I mean, I've been talking for 15 minutes, and it's been like that for at least 15 minutes, and it didn't bother me until I started talking about money. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So there's something in your life, and it's an indicator. It's a sign. It's an indicator of something that's going on. It's time for you to take a look at. Just a peek. Does anybody have something like that?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
So I have this steno pad that I do my to-do list on. I feel like I'm cycling through the same damn items to complete. And it's day after day, I rewrite all my stuff. I'm like, okay, look, this is important. It's been there for a while. I'll even highlight the important stuff. Do I get to it? No, because just like you, something comes up, something's distracting me. So, I mean, and then all of a sudden my list never gets done. So is that
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So
and
tell me,
that grinds my gears.
that grind your gears? Does that frost your cookies?
Frost my cookies, because I'm like, I can get this done. It's so easy. Like, call this person, do that, finish this. I mean, it's like tying loose ends, and I'm like, how come I can't freaking tie the ends up?
All right, right there. Right there. Tying up loose ends. So what's going on is that there's something in your life that's ready for completion, but you're just kind of holding on to.
Okay.
All right. It could be because we're just talking about readings. I don't know. It could be perhaps.
Okay.
Perhaps I'm always right. I do not know. Just saying. It could be anything.
Right.
It could be anything. It could be the
Right.
thought. And it could be something as simple and as devastating as the thought of you have to be right.
Right.
So, it ain't always pretty,
Right.
but it's always good.
It's always good.
Yeah. Just like broccoli. Sometimes it's tasty and sometimes like dry white toast. Hard to swallow.
That was a kind way of putting it. Hard. Yeah. I just hi Spencer. I'm kidding. So you guys, what I'm digging here. Jiminy crickets! I lost my train of thought. Come on, y'all were talking. I had some. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Okay, I know this is not an advice thing. This is a chill and chat thing. I get it, but I do want to ask you guys: have you heard about "It's Not Your Money"?
Oh,
Silver.
Tosha Silver.
Tosha Silver. Have anybody read it?
No, I haven't read it. Here's what happened. I got it on Audibles because
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to read through it. I've heard about it so many times, but it's a workbook, right? It's
Kind of.
Well, there's
Yes.
it's right.
So here's
there's an action to it.
Yeah, but I would love to share this because it's changed my life, literally. Let me just say, I'm not a book reader. Okay, that's not my jam. It's life experience. So this book came to me on 4 different occasions. You have to read this book. You have to read this book. I was so desperate about finances that I thought, how can it hurt? So I bought this book. And then they tell me you have to have a book club. What? It's too big that I'm even reading the damn book. Now I have to do a book club. But to my surprise, the book club came like that. The people just came. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. So there was 6 of us. Okay. What you do is it's 8 chapters. So it takes 8 weeks. So you read a chapter a week and then you come together and discuss. So it goes for 8 weeks. Okay. I'm going to tell you, I was the biggest geek ever because I loved it and I couldn't wait to chat about it. And I'm going to also tell you very honestly, when we started reading about how it's not your money, the premise is she teaches you about it, but basically it's not your money because it's energy. Okay. So therefore it's not your bills. It's not your problem. It's not anything. It's just, you are in flow and she teaches you about that. And then there's this incredible prayer that I swear to God, if I say it, wonderful things happen. But from subtle, inconspicuous to big, just say this prayer and you feel better. Anyway, to tell you the truth, so I start reading this, right? 8-week course. Of course, I talked to one of the ladies there and she's like, oh, well, did you hear about unemployment? Did you hear about the SBA loan? Did you hear about this? And I'm like, no. And she goes, well, you better do that. And I thought, whatever. And I just kept reading the book. Then it comes to find out things got tighter. And so I'm doing this. And so, yes, it was because of my book club member that told me about this. But then after that, more money started coming in. Now I'm not flush, but I'm not where I was. And I don't have that same thing because what I'm learning is I used to say, it's $20. Do I really want to do that? Maybe not. I can do without, right? And I go, Now I'm learning because of this book. If I go, that's $20, do I really want it? I do. Here's 25. And all of a sudden, things are gotten better. So I'm just saying, money is energy, as we all remember and know, but really treat it as such.
Yep.
Really treat it as such. It's like you can change your energy from good to bad. Same thing with the money. It's, yeah, too bad it's literal.
Look at you. You're hilarious.
Okay, too bad it's literal. But
It's like calling you daddy.
it's a fan. It's not real. There we go.
But so I'm in the middle of another program called The Artist Way. And so I'm happy to do, oh, let me back up. So the thing that's cool about it's not your money is that even if you are a super saver, it's all about having a really good relationship with money. So, you know, saying that I have to have X amount in the bank and all these things, then you don't have a healthy relationship with money. So it's really for pretty much anybody who's ready to shift their thinking about their relationship with money. So yeah, so as soon as I'm done with Artist Way is a lot of fun as well. If you ever want to do Artist Way, it's only 25 years old. I've only been doing it. It's a 12-week program, and I've started it many times. I've only gone through once. I've only gotten through it once. And it's really funny because I usually end up having a challenge at the same weeks, which is at 4 and 8. So, and so all I have to do is take a look at what's chapter 4, what's chapter 8, and that's, you know, those are my little monsters, right? Otherwise I'd be sailing on through. But if you all are interested, I can put that in through Facebook that we do a book club. It's not your money. We find a time, spend an hour a week, and everybody
I'll
reads.
tell you, I went through it twice. It was that good. And again, I'm not a reader.
Yeah. So I'm happy to do that. That's all about community. So we can go ahead and do it.
That suggestion.
Yeah.
I'm interested in That's Not Your Money.
Yeah. So I will put it down. I'll probably be doing it around the holidays, which is a weird time to do it. But actually, I think it's going to be a good time because we can do it and then we'll be all set for 2022 with that mindset.
I'm going to recommend that you buy the book, whether it's used or not, because 2 of my gals decided to read it online on Kindle.
Yeah.
But when they started reading, they couldn't mark. They didn't want to write. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and then they took notes and then lost notes. So just get the book because you're going to want it.
Yeah. I actually have it on Kindle and Audible. So I'm trying to figure out how to do it that way too. So maybe I'll just get the book and call it.
Yeah, or you can just write it down in chapters since you have it twice, not the right way.
Right. That's a little judgy. Just saying. A little judgy.
Hey, I'm being authentic. I'm being authentic. Tell them my truth.
All right. So now that let's pop on back. Does anybody else? Okay. So Ms. Leah, how do you feel about that? About what you're talking about for the week? Because here's the deal. You are really thorough. You are see it through type of person. So when you talk about that the same things keep coming up on your to-do list, you know that that's a flag, right? For you to check in with yourself. So
You know
how do
what-
you feel about that?
Well, you know, I after I said, you know what, those are kind of grinding my gears, I stopped to reflect. And a lot of these items are to taking care of other people.
There you go.
And that's what it is. And it's like, you know what? I am trying to take care of myself. So I haven't said this out loud just because I want to make it happen for me. But, you know, I started working out again and it's just been wonderful. And I'm so proud of myself. It's like day 3. But I'm like, oh, it just feels so good. That's why I'm exhausted. But it's a good exhaustion. But I see this and I'm like, okay, do this for Nico, do this for the boys, do this for work. And it's nothing for me. My me list is this. Oh, that's weird. Okay, see, look,
Yeah,
I'm
look at-
noticing. This is for everybody else, and this is for me. Go get your hair trimmed. Go to the bank. Buy water. That's it. Those are all for me. Oh, what a notice. Cynthia, I like this chill and chat.
It's
Okay, now
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you reflected because it's really important, right? And then we could go in and we could channel in a message for you if you want, right? So what channeling is, the way that I like to use channeling is I like to go from the physical to the emotional to the spiritual, right? So now how do I do that? We laugh. Laughing is physical and emotional right there. So it's a twofer. And then what happens is it gets you open to whatever your message is. But it opens me up as well, so I can just get a channeled message, right? So so that's all you need to do is you notice something, you take a look. I love that you did reflection, and then you could see. So so here's my suggestion for you. You ready?
Mhm.
I'd like you to switch books.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting. That actually hurts a little bit.
Yeah. Why? Where first?
Because
Where
there's
and
a
why?
change. Well, there's a change, and well, I guess there's too much room in a big book for my little things. But yeah, see, that's me. I'm always putting myself in a little corner until I get everybody else's stuff done.
But until you feel good, write big. Pick a few lines. But it's actually nice. It would be nice if you filled up with more than 4 things and one of them isn't buy water. Just saying,
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
right? So I mean, what would my to-do list be? My list for myself, because I don't have a list for myself either. It's a very interesting thing. Because I'm so focused on my work and what I want to do and be of service, right? But I actually want to go to Santana, Calder Picasso art exhibit, right? So there's an artist named Calder. I don't know who it is, and then there's Picasso. I do know who that is. And they're doing an exhibit together. Not, you know what I mean? There's an exhibit of the two of them. And I think there's a compare and contrast that's going on with influence and stuff like that. So that would be on my to-do list, right? Oh, I do have a to-do list. Having coffee in the backyard. That's on my
Yeah.
to-do list. Guess what? It's been on my to-do list for a while. Go to the beach, swim in a body of water, kick the soccer ball. Those are all on my to-do list, which I want you to know is through the artist way, which is like the 20 things I love. And so it's, ride a motorcycle. I have not ridden a motorcycle since, actually I rode a Beamer in a parking lot and then I laid it down. So I'm not going to count that, which was like, yeah, I know, which was 2 years ago, but it was a huge 850 and I have short legs and, but it was awesome.
Do you have a license?
I just had it lapse last year.
Wait a minute. So you want to go and get licensed? Because I
Yeah.
want to
Oh.
bike back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down. I think it's $450, right? And then you just
For what?
2-day course to do a
Yeah.
course.
No, we're gonna go Groupon something. No. I'll
All right.
find something.
Yeah, the
I
answer is
got you.
yes. I'm totally
Okay,
down.
cool.
I'm
Good.
totally down. So does that make sense, Leah?
Yeah, it does. It does.
So fill up the page. Fill up the page, and then I challenge you to you don't have to prioritize, but put dates by 3 of them.
Yeah. I need to put dates on them.
Well, then it's kind of like an accountability to yourself. You can even post it to Facebook if you want. Actually, I think that would be a grand idea if you put it in our Facebook group.
True.
Under chill and chat and go,
And I start shrinking into like
fetal
my
position.
own privacy laws.
Yeah, I know I'm picking on you, but it's kind of an interesting thing. So that is a nice challenge. There are other thing too I will give you I'll give you an opt out. So show the booklet of your to-do list, not yours. Show the booklet of your to-do list. Just
Oh.
show it. Okay. And it's a spiral bound book. Yeah.
Steno, yes.
Steno book. Show me your list of yourself. This is the part that cracks me up.
It's scrap
It's
paper
fucking scrap paper.
that I cut up.
It's fucking scrap paper. Yeah, but it's nice and neat. But come on. So the caveat is buy yourself a damn book. And it's got to be nicer than your steno.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes. That's on my to-do list.
Put it on the big ass book.
Nice book.
Nice book.
Nice book.
Or-
Nice book.
Myself.
Who else wants to go? Who else wants to say? Go ahead.
I'm actually finding myself baffled by something, and I think I'm just putting stuff in boxes. I keep on trying to figure out why I'm able to manifest anything I want below a certain threshold, and anything above that, I keep on trying to find an explanation for why things won't work, or it does and under certain circumstances. And I'm fairly sure I'm just making up a reason to explain it, why it's happening so I don't have to succeed.
I agree with you. What it feels like is that you have a belief system of what your worth is, which is what I was talking about with my invoicing and stuff. I know mine has to do with worth because I do one of two things. I'm like, wow, this invoice is so cheap. I'm a bargain, right? So these are the things that are going. And then the other is like, oh my God, real businesses invoice. So right, I've got a double thing going on. But for you, it feels like one is that you use the word threshold, which cracks me up. Because threshold really is the piece between one side and another, right? And it's not a barrier, really. I think if I remember, threshold was basically just like a little bit of straw to keep the dirt out and something else in. So the question for you is, what's your threshold thought that's keeping you in the dirt and not in the clean?
I don't know.
It could be something as, I deserve to be comfortable. I deserve comfort. How does that feel?
deserve-
Right? When's the last time you were comfortable?
It's been a very long time.
Yeah. Right? And just so you know, those were your words. When we were talking beforehand. So
Yeah.
you deserve to be comfortable. And that is, you deserve comfort in your body. You deserve comfort in your environment. You deserve comfort in your work. You deserve comfort. And I'm not saying that's the end all be all. So this is the other thing I'd like to tell people. This happened with I'll just say it. It happened with someone who comes here. Hi, Spency. It happens with, I'm going to use their pseudonym. It happens with a friend called, and her name is Scout. All right. And Scout says, I can't dream. And what happened is that I said, Scout, are you feeling flush? Are you feeling that you're at a place? And
Vernon, can you let Daisy in, please?
And so what happened is we said, okay, so let's just get you to here. And once that happens, let that be your dream. And then let the other dreaming begin. So you deserve comfort. And allow that to be your new threshold. And then once you find that you're in comfort, then dream big. Right? It's kind of like me saying that I want to have dinner at Oprah's house. I want a personal invite, right? But I know deep in my heart, I have some other steps that I have to do first before I have the confidence to go and say, hey, Oprah, you're going to love having dinner with me. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's
I
where
do.
that's where you want to go. Don't stop dreaming, but let there be another threshold. And then
Okay.
write down all the things that you want in comfort, right? And it won't always look the way that you think it'll look, but you'll get to the place energetically there where you want to be. Was that helpful?
Okay. It is. Thank you.
Yeah. Of course.
Oh, and I just bought the book about the money.
Oh, Tosha Silver.
Yeah.
You can go. You'll probably be on your second time around by the time I'll be able to get through Artist Way, because I'm with the group and we're at a set pace, so it's going to be a little bit. I can't do both yet, but I'll probably be able to do both as I get more into Artist Way. So
Thank you.
sound good?
Yeah.
I might do it.
It's
for
a
my-
good reminder.
Yeah, maybe I'll do it for my birthday. I don't know. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Come on.
Well, so wait a minute. What are you asking again? I kind of lost track.
Yeah. So what I was asking is what's been going on in the past week that grinds your gears,
Mm.
right? Because that's a sign. And then based on that, now, if you don't see that there's any sign, go to symbols. So last week, not this week, hang on one second. Last week, I saw a lot of roadkill. And I only saw the roadkill on my way home. So I know that those were symbols. Make sense? Because it's law of attraction.
So I didn't have symbols or signs like that, but I did have a massive aha moment, which was I've been wanting to start my business for 4, maybe 5 years now, and it's morphed into 3 or 4 different things, and now it's in its real thing, and I'm really into it, and I like it, and I haven't launched it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, wait a minute, you waited all these years, cultivated what you wanted. It's on, it feels good, but you won't launch it. And so this past couple weeks, I've been riding a roller coaster ride. I'm sure most of us have been. And in there, I decided to just shift my routine, shift my gears, do things differently physically, even when I start, just shake it up. Long story short, I found a document from 1994. And long story short on that, it informed me that I'm not to do business by myself. So that was my awakening. And Cynthia, you and I have been chatting up about different ways about this. And so that's been feeling way better. But so now I'm reformulating yet again how I'm going to do this. But that was a big aha moment going, because I'm a doer. I'm an activator. I can do it. And I'm just like, Now I know why, because I don't do it by myself. I don't like it. It's not fun. I have to have fun. In case y'all didn't know, I have to have fun.
Right. And it's, it's funny how fun can happen, right? It can happen in so many different ways. So I say, if you're going to, I'm going to use a word that Spencer knows. If you're going to disorient yourself, because that's what you did, just shake it up. When you disorient yourself, it shakes up some rigidity, right? So when you do that, you might as well, if you're doing that, you might as well go all out and seriously disorient yourself. So really have fun with it. Call people that you would want to do business with, even if it's just a one-off. And it doesn't even have to be business. It could just be, hey, let's chat about our business. You talk about where you're stuck. I'll talk about where I'm stuck. Or it could be what's your desire and time frame. What's my desire and time frame? You know what I mean? What's your idea of reality? Whatever you want it to be. So it could be any kind, and you could ask a stranger if you want, right? As you're, through the mask in Safeway. Hey.
Oh, because looking like me with the mask and glasses wouldn't be intimidating at all.
It's not like you're 6'4". Come on.
No, but true, real talk. When COVID first started, and I would wear my leather jacket, and then I had a leather scarf, and then I had my motorcycle glasses. I was just being COVID compliant. Walk into Safeway, seriously getting double takes. I think, and then I was like, what the fuck? And I looked in the reflection of the refrigerator doors. I looked like a damn thug robber.
Yeah, but you know what? You'd have looked right at home in Oakland,
Real talk.
right?
Yeah, but I'm
like,
not
you're,
here.
yeah, you're saying that, and I'm like, yeah, that's a cool look. You know? That's
Hey.
a cool look. What?
Cynthia, you live in Oakland?
I do.
That's where I keep on getting hits from the universe for me to move to Oakland.
Oakland's kind of badass. It's if you want stuff to shake up in you, go to Oakland because there are definite opinions here and there are definite opinions. That's all I can say. And it can be political and it is political and it's cultural and it is got a neighborhood vibe and it's got a city pride. It's got a lot of stuff going on. And at the same time, you know, there's a suspicion. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. So if you want something shaken up, come to Oakland. I also believe in San Francisco. If you want to shift, go to San Francisco. I don't know anybody who has gone into San Francisco and left San Francisco as the same person.
Real talk.
Right? So there's something about San Francisco. Oakland will shake you up in a different way. It's almost like San Francisco is like a washing machine. You go in one color, you come out a different.
Well, now I know how you do your laundry.
Exactly.
Real talk though, Fluffy. Oakland, so I was born and raised in San Francisco. Okay, so I will always love San Francisco, but .comers and whoever else is in there is screwing that jam. And I'm just gonna hope it holds its charm till they all go away. I moved to Oakland, lived there for 17 years. It too is my heart because of the vibe, man. So you go in, and I'm not gonna lie, there's a culture shock that we're not used to. But if you go into flow with that, it is gonna be one of those really huge life experiences when you're in the flow with the Oakland Jam is what I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
It's real.
There's a few people that live there. Cynthia, you're one of them that I just absolutely adore.
Oh.
Another person is a lady named Sharon Knight.
Mhm.
She's a singer, and I'm taking one of her classes online.
Nice. Yeah.
And so,
Are you a singer?
no, but my friend is, and she lives in. She's doing a magic class.
She's doing a magic class.
Yeah, my friend Sharon Knight is teaching a magic class online about the tarot and fairy magic. And it's a lot of fun, but she recommended I go to Oakland.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden things start popping up. And I'm questioning whether or not that's the universe talking or me trying to convince myself that I want to go.
Okay, so Santana's been talking about flow, right?
Mhm.
So two things happen and it has to do with flow. If you hear it a lot and then all of a sudden there's an opening, that's it, right? You just start seeing like marker sign. That's you. Where are you living right now, Fluffy?
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, so that's you on the 17, right? The 17 to the 880 going, okay, that's marker sign. It's gonna land you in Oakland or exactly where you're supposed to be. Oakland could just be the pointer and you end up in Castro Valley or you end up someplace else. You know what I mean? But if you try too hard.
Hey, hon, here's lunch.
Okay.
Oh, you got lunch?
Is that your dirty stuff right there?
Where? Yeah, that's from this morning.
Okay.
Those are my chonies.
Jackie, just
Those
right
are my
there.
chonies. Don't touch them. I love them. Don't touch my chonies.
There's
Okay,
real talk
so-
right there.
Okay, sorry, back up. Okay,
Anything
back up
but my
30
chonies.
seconds. Okay,
Yeah.
so please back up 30 seconds. You were talking
Oh,
about the
I
freeway.
I can't. I guess what I was saying is when you're in flow, it's going to lead you to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. When you're not in flow, it's like it's stop point, stop point, stop point, stop point. And you may hear Oakland all the time. You may not end up in Oakland. Oakland may just be the direction that you need to go into, and you may end up somewhere around it. And that's exactly where you're meant to be. What's important is that you listen and then you go. You listen and then you go, and then you listen and then you go. And if you have not read the book, since we're all doing like reading club stuff today. So if you've ever read holy crap, The Alchemist, highly recommend it, because The Alchemist is about listening to signs and symbols and just going to the next step and the next step and the next step. And there are waiting periods and not waiting periods, but it's always a lesson and a growth, a lesson and a growth. I also learned from martial arts that there's a point where you are this big. I think about this energy wise all the time, right? I'm this big, and then I learn things and I expand and I grow, and then I have to break my container. This is now goes from my this is my safety to my container, meaning that it's starting to hold me back. So then you have to break it, and then you find that there's another outer ring, right? And then you just keep expanding and breaking that, and I call it I'll call it my personal myth, right? So you break it, you break it, you break it, you break it. And so, and that's what it's all about. So I don't think you're fighting it. First of all, someone suggested it. So I don't know how you could force that, right? Unless you pinched them until they said Oakland, Oakland, right? But it's what you heard, and now you're kind of tuned into it. And if you can feel it energetically, it's almost like it's really funny. We haven't yet talked about this, but when it comes to energy, there's either a push or there's a pull, right? And there's also an expansion and contraction. But when it comes to, something, there's always a push or a pull. So either something is pulling you forward or something's pushing you forward. And there's different things to that. And we can talk about that some other time. But then to feel like, are you getting pulled or are you getting pushed? Make sense? Right? My Swami mommy pushed me out of her nest. It was a very sad day, right? I got pulled to do Intuitive Edge Solution Series. See the difference? Yeah. So, and there was a lot of crying as I did the Intuitive Edge Solution Series. Trust me, a lot of crying, because it's a serious thing. But so what I'm saying is that the feelings are similar, but you'll know because you can feel it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Come on, party people. Give me something. Give me something good. Give me
Well, I'm
something.
just going to say, being challenged is a blessing in disguise, although it doesn't feel like it at the time. I will tell you now, quite transparently and honestly, I was with my ex-girlfriend for 12 years. And we were together for 12 years because we were just accommodating. We accommodated each other. It was easy, right? And then I lived that corporate life. And so we just got into robotish routine stuff. And we lived that life of 2-week vacation every year, blah, blah, blah. Nothing was fulfilling. The interesting part about this is I'm now in this relationship with my partner, Anne, and I'll be damned if it's not challenging. But the biggest part about the challenge is I'm growing. It's not comfortable and squishy and yummy and stagnant. It's challenging, it's vibrating, it's irritating, it's divine, it's all kinds of things. So it's movement. So I'm just going to say one of my bigger lessons of doing all that I'm doing is, in our Buddhist practice, they say, you're struggling, congratulations, right? And I have to just go back to that and say, when we're struggling, we should just be grateful and go, okay, what's the lesson in it? It's however I see it, I take it. Because, people can help me all along, but unless I take it, it's not going to work. So I guess I'm just, I'm sharing how ugly is beneficial.
Ugly's got purpose, party people. That's what
Said
Santana's
the
saying.
Cynthia, the intuition chick.
Can we do this one?
Spencer, you got anything you want to share?
Yes, I do, but I'm about to get in a car with my dad, so I can share it now, but then I can't really talk about it. I suppose I could type in the chat.
Oh, but you're my
But,
favorite kind
just
of
I
date.
sort of so it's sort of the opposite of what Fluffy and I think that was
Santana?
Santana that was just talking where where I feel like I have too much comfort in my life to the point where because I prefer that to taking the next step.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, you know what? First of all, Spence, right on for saying that, because usually when we're comfortable, we don't want to say anything because then we're automatically uncomfortable, right? So that's really, really important. So intuitively, what I'm hearing is that you're going through changes that you really don't understand right now, and you're the type of person that needs a reason for everything. And so that's kind of fucking you up a little bit. So the recipe for you to follow is take the step that has no rhyme or reason. What does that look like? It looks like if you always take your dog for a walk and you always go down the hill because you want to get the cardio up the hill, go in another direction. It's not the same as disorient.
Okay, wait, sorry. Funnily enough, because I'm getting in the car, I've tried to change to data, and my data, I didn't hear anything you just said.
All right, that's awesome. Because that means talk longer, Cynthia, and I will. So what I said is, and I want to make sure you hear this part, awesome for recognizing it, awesome for admitting that you're comfortable, because as soon as you state that, you know that you're going to be uncomfortable,
Yep.
right? And what I'm hearing is that you're doing a lot of internal changes. You're making a lot of observations about all these things that you want to do and what can be done, but you need a reason for everything. And so the challenge for you is to do something without getting full reason, and it's not a risk. It's just that you like to process in that way. So what you want to do is, it's not quite disorient, but it's similar where you want to kind of short circuit yourself because you think so much. So you want to do the thing that kind of disorients you a little bit. So if you have a reason why you walk a certain way with your dog, if you walk your dog every day, then to take your dog on a walk in a different way without any rhyme or reason. Just kind of meander, right? If you have to, 30 minutes one way, 30 minutes back. Or it's that kind of thing that you want to do. By not thinking as much, what'll happen is that you're going to start trusting yourself. There's a part of you that's always been a little bit holy crap, it's not conservative, but it's what's the word where
It's
you watch?
reserved.
Yeah, it's reserved, but reserved in a funny way that you watch for a while before you step in. So there's not a whole lot of spontaneity for you.
Oh, god damn it. My dad is on the phone and I have to get in the truck with him.
All right.
So I can't hear anything and I'm probably gonna lose connection.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say it while you're gone. And everybody's gonna agree with me, and then they're gonna add on all their stuff. And it's recording so that if you want to listen to it, you can. And if not, we're just making ourselves feel good. Make sense?
Thank you,
All
Sid.
right. Yeah, love ya.
I love it.
All right.
So All right, so does everybody have, does everybody, is everybody on the same page and vibing about Spencer? Or do you have something that you want to add?
Interesting.
I got distracted by I got distracted by a cute nurse when he walked in, so, and he took my blood sugar, so I didn't hear any of it.
Oh, and why was this nurse not on camera for all of us to, you know?
Hello,
share?
selfish.
I know. What is up? What is up, Fluffy? That is just all
I
kinds
wanted to hog all the cuteness for myself, okay? So what did Spence ask?
Spence's challenge is that he's too comfortable. He's too comfortable. And he knows that, you know, he knows that there's change, but he's too comfortable. So
Yeah, have him go on a diet.
the dude's skinny.
Okay, a diet. Heavier carbs, gain more weight, do something. Change some baseline comfort in his life. Downgrade his bed sheets so they're not as super soft. Do something. Have him wear clothing that don't match his color scheme.
Wow.
That's a
That would
good
be
one.
intense.
That would be-
That's a big one, Fluffy. To shake up your shit, wears things you wouldn't normally. That's a big one.
Yeah, actually,
I'm not gonna
I
do
would-
that. I wouldn't do that. I'm way too fucking vain. No way.
then how
I like
about this? He probably has some of his chakras a bit closed if he's feeling too comfortable.
Couple.
So I would recommend that he should probably pick a color, probably red, and wear it around his neck, so he's more outspoken.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun because that's actually really good because I don't think he wears any jewelry at all.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, a pendant around his neck, red, and have it be shiny so people look at his throat chakra and they have the expectation that he's going to say something.
that's hilarious. And I love it. I love it so much. Thank you. All right, Leah, you got anything to add?
No, it just reminds me of that analogy of the lobster where you're starting to feel, well, maybe not in Spencer's case, but when you're starting to feel like so constricted that in order to grow, you have to shed that outer skin. But I like what you said, Fluffy, for Spencer is stop being comfortable. Like really get out of that. That was really interesting. I would have never thought to go step back to maybe move 2 steps ahead.
Well, it's also easier to do. You grab the clothing, you put your intention in it and say, this is going to help me with confidence. This is going to help me move from one place to another. And when you put it on, you're flipping a switch in your head.
Right.
And you're
Set that
and it's-
intention. I'd like to share that, believe it or not, a few days ago when I wanted to shake it up because the routine wasn't working for me and I needed to see differently. Even the slightest movement of, I get out of bed, I go make coffee, I have a cup of coffee at my desk. What I shook up was I stretched in my bed before getting up, made that coffee, and would you believe it took a lot for me not to come to my desk because that's the go-to,
Your
that
habit.
was my habit.
Yeah.
And just the smallest change of go sit in the yard. And there was for a moment, it was like, nah, just sit at your desk. And it was like, no, go sit in your yard. And it was that slight, but that big. And I sat in my yard and it changed my day. It's
Mhm.
crazy. It's that literal.
Yeah.
and if there are little things that ingrain that sort of programming, and you might have a really nice chair at your desk that you want to sit in to relax in because you're at your desk all day. What would happen if you at night you took your chair and put it out in the backyard? You wouldn't want to sit at your desk because it doesn't have the comfortable chair.
Right, right. Good one.
It's actually funny. I'm going to do that as soon as I get off this chill and chat because I forgot that I owe myself a coffee in the backyard and it's kind of sunny. So I think I'm going to, I don't think I am going to do that and then see what happens, right?
Mhm.
But what I know is going to happen is that's going to feel pretty damn luxurious. So,
And I'd like to add what's usually happens is we set that intention and we go, okay, so right after chill and chat, I got my coffee right here. I'm just gonna go sit in the backyard for 10 minutes. And yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so okay, bye everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye. All of a sudden this dog starts barking, the mailman comes in. I forgot about this thing. And did that happen? No. So I'm just gonna, I bring this up to say, hang on to that small thing for you and do it.
that's for all of us.
Yeah.
What a
For all
theme,
of us.
because that's truly why I've started working out finally again, cold turkey after 8 years of not being physical. It was just holding on to that idea and that thought and that little gift for myself that all I have to do is take that next step.
Mhm.
And then I'm walking into a kickboxing class.
Kickboxing.
Nice.
You know I love that
kickboxing.
shit.
I know, I love it too. But it was that thing, Santana, your cup of coffee for 10 minutes. It was like, all I have to do is just make that first step and walk right into the gym. That's it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So what a theme today.
I say to all of you, congratulations, right? Because we're all making commitments for ourselves. Who wants to be my reminder for Tosha Silver? And what I'll do is I'll probably start it. We're in April, May, June, July. And let's start it. Well, I'm thinking we'll start it in August because that's at the end of summer and the beginning of autumn. And the nice thing about autumn is that we start to hunker down anyway. So
The
yeah, so give us enough time.
Yes.
So I will write that down and I'll actually need to start telling everybody in June so that we can start book club and yeah. Santana, you want to join us even though you're already like gone 2 rounds?
There's no way I'm not going to. I love
Right
this book.
on.
There's
So-
more to learn in there too. There's a lot. I mean, what I took out of it that changed my financial status, I think is only half. There's a lot more to it. But
Right.
this prayer, I'm gonna tell you this prayer. Oh, I have it on my bathroom mirror. No joke. I brushed my teeth. Yeah, I'm saying it. On the rare occasion that I'm brushing so fast I'm out, different story. But the days change when I don't say the prayer. Would you guys like to hear it real quick?
Yes, I was just gonna say, I'm curious.
Let's finish out on this prayer.
Let's finish out on this prayer.
Yeah, why
Okay.
not?
Let me find it. I have a lot of pictures in here, but I'm gonna talk amongst yourselves a moment. I'll get there.
So that reminds me, the first time I said the Lord's Prayer was last year. And the moment I finished it, I had a payment hit my bank account that was 2 months early.
Oh, nice.
That's
So
what I'm
nice.
saying.
Yeah.
And it was a very large deposit.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Good. Congratulations.
So I like prayers.
I was about to take y'all into my bathroom if I couldn't find it. Okay.
Santana, you're so naughty.
You know, here we go. Divine Beloved, allow me to give with complete ease and abundance, knowing that you are the unlimited source of all. Let me be an easy, open conduit for your prosperity. Let me trust that all my own needs are met in amazing ways and that it's safe to give freely as my heart guides. And equally, let me feel wildly open to receiving. May I know my own value, beauty, and worthiness without question. Let me allow others the supreme pleasure of giving to me. May I feel worthy to receive in every possible way. Change me into one who can fully love and forgive and accept myself so I may carry your light without restriction. Let everything that needs to go, go. Let everything that needs to come, come. I am utterly your own. You are me. I am you. We are one. All is well.
And so it is.
Wow.
Yeah,
I really like
So
that.
mote
one,
it be.
Anna.
yeah.
Every day, it's just, I will send this to you guys. I'll send it to Miss Cynthia and then, oh, I have your
Put it on
number too.
Facebook.
Oh, you can send it out.
Put it on our,
Oh,
put it
yeah.
on the group page.
Agree.
'Cause
So
I'm not
that'll be,
technically talented. Okay.
I tell you what, I will catch you. We'll get on Facebook Messenger. You can read it to me
Okay.
and I'll type it.
I can give it to you on Facebook Messenger. I think.
Okay,
I'll get it to you.
dude, if you can put it on Facebook Messenger, you can post it.
Oh, okay. Well, give me a moment. Let me take a look. Fuck. You know, I just shared something good.
Oh no, it was really good. It was so good. I want you to
I'm
put it on
kidding.
Facebook.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right, party people. It's 12:06. I love how we finish like this. I'm super grateful to have you here. And
Thank you,
I will catch you.
Cynthia.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When is the next, just so you know, of course, we're gonna have another chill and chat. But I do this thing called, You're Intuitive Now What? And it's through Angel Heart for You. And it's a freebie. And it's an hour. And then after 45 minutes, I also do a little bit of fifth dimension Endura channeling. So
When is it?
it's gonna be May 2nd. I'm trying to
May 6th is the next one.
May 6th is the next one.
I'm sorry. What is it called again?
You're intuitive, now what?
Oh, okay. I want to go to that.
Come.
I'll send you the link, Santana.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the technically challenge. We appreciate it.
You keep saying that. I don't
I'm not
believe it.
fucking around. When have I gotten on this thing just like easy like everybody else? I struggle like a mug. I get pits coming onto these things because they're like, get on, get on.
That's hilarious. All right, everybody. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. And if anybody's in Oakland tomorrow from 10 to 1, we're holding a garage sale. But I don't really
Ooh.
care.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
You don't really care. You're hysterical.
I don't really care. I just want to see people.
I love
What?
garage
Hey,
sales.
just walk away. Just go.
Yeah.
And how are you?
Yeah,
Go
exactly.
ahead. Just go home with it. Go.
Oh no, I love haggling with people. I love it. I run that shit.
Oh my God, I do too. As long as it isn't for me, I'll haggle for anybody else because I think it's freaking hilarious.
Right?
But when it's for myself, I'm like, can I? just
Oh no,
put
my
that?"
favorite is this. How much for all of this? We'll just bundle, let's say $10.
Yeah, bundling.
Can we do 5?